The EICMA marks Hero's global push, and that will be spearheaded by scooters. It's going to start with the Vida V1 Pro. Now, we obviously have the Vida V1 in India, but this has a few upgrades for Europe, and these upgrades will also come to India. The most interesting is the coupe rear seat. So you can change it from a dual seat, as you can see here, to this rear portion actually flips down and you get a coupe seat, a revised screen, which will come to the Indian Vidas next year. So that is also an upgrade. And it continues with the swappable battery theme. So that's the Vida electric scooter. Now, before that, in India, we're going to get this. This is the Xoom 125. It's going to launch in the next 2 months. That's your screen out there. The controls. This scooter is near production ready. A sporty looking scooter, actually pretty eye-catching. And coming very soon to you. But what has got us all excited is this, the 160, the Xoom 160. This has a liquid cooled engine, obviously taken from their motorcycle range. Details are a little sparse, but what we can show you is the styling, which, man, it looks really cool. A proper maxi scooter, the likes of which we don't really have in India. And knowing Hero, they can price this aggressively and open up a market for big scooters in the country. Doesn't this look really cool? The screen is not on, so I can't show you what all it has on it. That's the controls. Not sure if this top box is going to be an accessory, though it does have Hero badging out there. But a full-size combustion engine scooter, all right? It's not an electric scooter, it is a combustion engine scooter. A full-size combustion engine scooter. Hero have already appointed 3 distributors in Europe, France, Spain, and the UK. They are here at the EICMA. And here is where Hero's global journey begins. Next year, I believe Hero is going to kick off their European innings. And their global play is going to be very strong. Now, these are the 3 scooters up front. There's a really interesting motorcycle out there. So this is the concept 2.5R XTunt. It is not just a design concept, though the design is actually pretty radical. So your aero optimized front fairing, winglets out there, winglets out here, racing inspired aero. Looks very radical. What do you think of the styling? We'd love to hear, but styling looks pretty radical. Look at all that aero out there. Now, what's interesting is that this also has a new 250cc single cylinder engine. So that obviously means that this is a new platform that we will see very soon on production Hero motorcycles. Slick tires, and of course XTunt, the intent is to make this into a hooligan motorcycle. So you can pull wheelies, do burnouts, do slides. Basically have a whole lot of fun. A hooligan motorcycle from Hero XTunt. And now let's take you out back and show you some electric off-road concepts. The most interesting concept at the Hero Pavilion at EICMA has to be this, the Lynx. This is a full-on off-road motorcycle, a motocross bike that has been built off a brand new electric platform. Now, let's start with the frame. This is a pressed steel frame, as you can see there. So it's not a tubular frame, it's a pressed steel frame within which the battery is mounted. The interesting thing is this is a swappable battery. So there is that one battery that resides horizontally in a sloper fashion, and that bolt, that's a pivot point where this entire frame then pivots upwards and you can take out the battery. So what Vida's engineers are looking at is a range of 1 hour. Now this is going to be used for trail riding. This clearly is not road legal right now. So to be used on trails, and they're looking at a range of 1 hour. You swap out the batteries while you take a break and then go at it once again. In terms of the figures, weight 82 kilos, peak power of 15 kilowatt. So that is a fair bit of power. The engineers responsible for this tell me that if you whack the throttle open and if you have good traction on that rear tire, you will pop a wheelie, and if you're not careful, you probably will loop it. Now, interesting elements. The seat, as you can see, that can be a little shallower to accommodate shorter riders. This right now is pretty tall. You can adjust the suspension. Look at that slot over there. So you can adjust the suspension through that. And it uses off-the-shelf dirt bike parts. The suspension can be swapped out for different applications. Now, in terms of production plans for it, they're looking at the European market right now. In a fair few European markets, already bikes are banned from trails because of the sound. So this could target that market. Hero is getting aggressive with its plans to launch in European markets, starting with France, Spain, and the UK. This could have very strong potential. This is a prototype as of now, but it should be ready in around a year's time. And this is a platform. So this can have different applications. For India, they're looking at something that is a little bit not so extreme. So maybe an on-off-road motorcycle, not a pure motocross bike. But as of now, the target is Europe, where there is already a market for such a motorcycle. In India, obviously, segment like this does not exist, so it will have to be created, but it could actually work. Something like this has not been tried before, but first mover who cracks it will have a massive advantage. What do you think of this motorcycle? And you must look at the younger sibling to it. So this is the Acro, and it is an electric bike designed for kids, starting from 3 years, and the frame is actually adjustable. That's probably the adjuster out there. And you can raise the seat height, and it can go all the way up to a 9-year-old. So that's the plan with the Acro. Not much in the way of instrumentation. That's the battery range. And the interesting thing is the batteries can be swapped with power tool batteries. These batteries fit into your electric drills, your power tools. So actually lots of interchangeable parts. It has geofencing. You can limit the top speed of it. You can know where your kid has taken off on their little electric motorcycle. So this can actually stay in the family, 3 to 9-year-olds. Get the speed up with the kids' capabilities. A very interesting concept to go with the full-size Link motorcycle. What do you think of these electric concepts from Vida? Let us know in the comments. So that's the team at Heroes Tech Center in Germany who have worked on these concepts. Apparently there are 25 engineers already working on the motorcycle and the concepts.